Hi, this is Jatin Paranjape with my analysis from the World Cup final. Cricket can be a cruel game. This has been said for years and it was proved right last night. The Indian team experienced this at first hand after having such a brilliant tournament where they seemed unbeatable. They were out-thought and out-fought by an Australian team which was determined to win, and they played a more strategically astute game yesterday than the Indians did. Another point right at the start was Pat Cummins winning the toss and bowling first. To me, I thought that this was a strange decision, and to be honest, I've always thought that Cummins is a great cricketer but not as good a captain. I take those words back completely, because that decision of bowling first was the one that won Australia the match. And they realized that the wicket, which looked really dry and which had a few cracks on it, would start playing a little better in the second half with the formation of the dew. So it was a big gamble that Australia took, and I thought this was one of the shrewdest toss decisions ever made by a captain in international cricket. So you have to hand it to Pat Cummins for the guts and the courage to make that decision. After Australia bowled first, Rohit Sharma dug into the opposition like we've seen him do several times in this tournament. But then after Gill got out, Kohli and Rohit Sharma stitched together a partnership, but an injudicious shot of Maxwell saw him being brilliantly caught by Travis Head, at cover point, running backwards and then diving one-handed to take a catch. It was a clear sign that the Australians are desperate to win this match. Shreyas Iyer fell soon after to the metronomic Cummins, and after this India sort of went into sleep mode. They hit only 2 boundaries in 30 overs, and that partnership between KL Rahul and Virat Kohli, which one must definitely acknowledge that it was a tough pitch to bat on. I thought they could have added 50 or 60 more runs in that span of a couple of hours. By this time the ball had already started getting scuffed up, and the Australian pace attack of Hazelwood, Cummins and Stark bowled brilliantly, and then used that reverse swing which had just started to appear to further the cracks into the Indian batting lineup. This was when Surya Yadav also tried to accelerate, but I thought the Australians bowled really well. The trio of fast bowlers was fantastic as usual, but Zampa was the guy the Indians could have gone after, but he did not allow that to happen because he was in the stumps all the time. He had subtle variations in his pace as well, and couple that with the wicket, he also proved to be a really tough package yesterday. When the Indians were left defending 240, they made a slightly strange decision right at the top by giving Mohammad Shami the new ball. It worked well, but what I saw right from the start of the Indian innings was some kind of a nervous desperation. When you're defending a low total like 240, it's definitely going to be tough and you are going to be nervous, but you have to cloak it with a very calm-like exterior demeanor. I thought the Australians were nervous as well to start off with, and they had a slam-bang start to that innings with Warner and Mitch Marsh slashing at a couple of balls and getting caught. After that, Smith fell to a decision which he should have reviewed, and here the score was 47 for 3, and everybody thought that this was India's night, but it was not to be. Travis Head played the innings of his life, and he has been a real revelation for Australia over the last 2 or 3 years. He started off attacking Shami and Bumrah, but as soon as 3 wickets fell, he went into a more workman-like mode and found an able partner in Labuschagne. Sadly, the Indian bowling, which was fantastic over the entire breadth of the tournament, was kind of seized by the occasion, I thought, a little bit, and they were not at their best. Jadeja, I thought was below par in yesterday's game. There were a few short balls here or there, and even Kuldeep, I thought, bowled a little too fast for that pitch. For a pitch which was slow, and true, there was dew forming a little bit towards the innings, but I thought he should have bowled it slightly slower and tossed it up a little bit, trying to look for wickets a little bit more. So all in all, it was a performance which Australia should be completely credited with. Travis Head attacked at the right time, took a big gamble by hoping that the dew would form and the wicket would get better, and I thought that gamble again was a courageous one, and that worked out perfectly for Australia. I thought there were 3 or 4 areas where India should have done better tactically. The first one was after bringing Shami on for the new ball, they should have changed up the pace a little bit and got Siraj into bowl within the first 10 overs. Siraj has been taking the new ball for India, and he has that knack of picking wickets but also going for a few runs, so I can understand why they wanted to hold him back a little later, but he should have been brought in within the first 10 overs because it was important for him to feel as if he belonged to that entire defense of the total. And I thought this could have been something which could have been done. The second one which really surprised me was that Jadeja went round the wicket straight away to Travis Head. We saw that in the semi-final. Maharaj got Travis Head bowled between bat and pad, bowling over the wicket, and Jadeja did not come over the wicket to Travis Head till the absolute later stages of the innings. So I thought that was a bit of a unfortunate thing. The third was that Jadeja bowled to Travis Head with a long off right from ball 1, and I think Travis Head would have taken 15 or 20 easy singles to long off. If that long off had been a run stopping mid off, Travis Head would have tried to go over mid off, and this would have been a high risk bet for him. I thought India should have gambled with a couple of boundaries on this front as well. Overall, I thought there was a little bit of lack of tactical nous by the bowling unit, but to the Australians' credit, they played a near perfect game. They have the knack and they have the experience of knowing how to win these big games, and all credit to them. India had a brilliant tournament as well. I think this team can hold their heads up high, and although it was an unfortunate evening for them, I feel somewhere from the next World Cup onwards, the ICC should rethink the way they are approaching finals. After a team has dominated for 10 games in a tournament, why can't that team have a best of 3 playoff finals is something worth considering. Thank you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.